Alright, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, testing. Hello, everyone. Alright. Hold up. Let me just. I have something to show you guys. Wait, hold up. Ugh. Man. Hey, I'm back. Hello, everyone. Good. It is going on as usual. Hello, everyone. Okay, guys, I have a. Now, how do we begin? Huh. Okay. So, as given the sob story I just talked about, like last stream, I think it's fun. It's nice. It would be nice if I finally put in some positivity into my streams. So, I'm gonna show you something really cool. It's instead of talk about a past. Well, it's also sort of my past experiences, but like instead of with people, it's with things that I'm glad that happened. Really. And I'll show you guys now. I have to use my sort of like private. I have Discord, of course. I have to use my because there will be involved a lot of photos I want to show you guys because it involves, you know, the beginnings of my art journey essentially. Now, alright, more the mail. Use that one. Might as well, you know. Alright. Now, take a look at this. Oh, the camera isn't working again. Haha. Heck, you guys gonna love this. Image, browse, desktop, archive, good. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys this one. This is the collection of all the stuff I drawn over the past, I don't know how many years ago as this. This thing has existed for like this is literally my old art, all my art combined together. That and oh, by the way, this is not like the all of it. There's still some, you know, sketchbooks that I still have that I haven't really pulled out. I just pulled out the really old stuff just for you guys. Now, as you know, I've actually drawn for 10 years actually, more than 10 years actually. So when I was like young, oh wait, why did I move my background? When I was younger, I actually like sort of drawing with school notebooks and such. I just draw on whatever notebook I was fine with, only a pencil and an eraser, and that's all I have for drawing at back in those days. It's really simple times really. I don't really have much friends, but you know, one of the things I try to make friends is to just draw some new comics because I think I was kind of sort of inspired by an comic artist that I just happen to know because he's my dad's classmate, just so happens, and I actually sort of get to meet him somewhat regularly. I think I just met him just a few days ago actually. Um, Unfortunately, his art business and his comic business isn't going so well. He's trying to get into art, and now I have no idea what he's trying to do right now. But still, he used to make some good stuff, and Oscars. And I also watch Garfield a lot, and hence which sort of inspires me to make this stack of things with my friends. The idea is simple. It's just me and my friends just drawing on notebooks. Really, that's it. And a small studio is formed. It's called the Klassen Studio. I still use this name today for my newest comic. I literally wrote Klassen Studio Presents. I kid you not, because the reason why for this name is because my first comic is actually called Klassen. The reason why I made this because we were like in a classroom setting, and for some reason I sort of like mixed in with Simpsons. It was some really we just did a lot of sort of like tomfoolery back those days, but I can't believe I still draw today. You know, can you imagine if I suddenly um time travel back in time and told them, hey, this is what I make now, and it was like, what the, and I was like, ew, anime. uh, Anyways, okay, let's start looking at through the pile. I think I've made took a few pictures already. Let me just give me some minutes and I will just upload whatever I just can find. Hmm. Alright. Huh. Right. I got another picture. Wait for Discord to load. Good. Hello, save the image. Discord, are you okay? That's the archive. Yes, archive. Yes, the archive. Okay. So as you can see, this is I think the one of the first comics I ever made. It dates from 2013 and now it's 2023. I kid you not, I've been in this business for like 10 years. let me, okay. I got a whole stack on me. Sort of. Alright. That's been 10 years really. Alright, what else I'll show you? I think I showed a lot of these in Instagram and such. Um, I have to go look at it again. Although I need to post it, so I'll figure out how to post it and such. Um, Files, camera. You know, okay. Just give me a second. Just give me a quick second. I have a lot of pictures to show you. Alright. So, yes. What you're looking is really true. Yes, I've been drawing for 10 years. Hello. um. Whew. Oh. I literally just deleted my table for a second. Yes. So, I think this is just one of the pages I just happened to got. I some of the part actually like isn't really necessarily drawn by me. Some of them are, but we just sort of like messed around with a lot of things, I would say. Um, and, and obviously, if you guys are wondering about like, I can only draw stickman figures. Honestly, I started out as stickman figures. Okay, next picture. What else? I need some time to figure out how to. Okay, I think this is it. No, not that one. Ah, yes, this one. Oh wait, no, no. I messed up. I think I messed up. Okay, that is sort of like the part of um the cover. I would say, like I do not show some of you guys because it involves my real name, um, and other people's real name, and I don't really want to do much about it. As you can see, I even said like $20 for one. Just pretend that we are actual comic artists. $20 a book. um, $20. But like I mean, $20 in my hometown is actually way different than British pounds. I think it's like 10 times less value. So essentially, it means like £2 a book. Really. All right. Next picture. Yeah, I think there's one thing that's kind of special about my old art is that we actually make credits. Well, sort of. As you can see, I think I've taken this off a lot of the Garfield comics I watched back in those days. Well, I just whenever we just tell people to like clap their hands and stuff. Um, I think I need to bring back this tradition sometimes. I don't know how I started it, but it kind of sort of just exists. Um, okay, what else? Um, we even try to make credits of it. We try to even copyright this shit. Um, I don't know why. Okay, how do I tilt this? Huh. Okay, I definitely need to figure out how to tilt this, but so far you definitely need to like tilt your neck. I'm sorry about that. You kind of have to, for the time being. Yeah, I think there are some other pages that I actually made by a friend Mason. I think I mentioned about him being my best friend and all. Um, we started off actually just throwing a lot of stuff. I think I showed him some of the pages he made, and he kind of like, felt a bit nostalgic. So does I, honestly. Um, but yeah, and now I think he actually went on to a music school now. He's trying to compose new songs right now, which is quite cool. I think he kind of like did what he already wanted to do when he was a kid. So I'm really thank God that happened. Oh wait, why did he put my table again? I always deleted my table when I try to like change the image or something. Um, about because of also of my light novel, I sort of like, well, I mean my in my manga series, I wanted to make a series about actually rally racing. In a long ways, I actually like, this is not the first time I made any comic series, um, talking about what's this called, races. I think I've made some of them before, when I was younger. This is just one of them. I think I made a whole series just about racing and stuff. I think what, like the things that I tried to make back in those days is that, you know, have you watched Scooby Doo's Wacky Races, something like that? It's, I think I saw it on Cartoon Network or something like that, and I just saw it. Um, and then um, because of that, I but yeah, basically I just got inspired. I really like cars. Also, you know, I have an autistic obsession of cars. Everyone knows about that, and hence why I just made this series. Really, this is just one of the series I made. I know this is the fifth edition of it, and okay, so that shows you I just, you know, I just really like cars. Really. Okay. Um, Next few photos that I want to show you. Mm-hmm. It's all on my phone, hence why. All right. Now, some new photos this year. I let Discord to load. Okay, cool. Well, other than like drawing like stick figures and sort of like some like stick figures, I actually also draw birds as well. I don't know what gave me the idea to draw birds, but essentially, I just feel like it really. I think it's because like I play Angry Birds a lot back in those days, like on my mother's phone, obviously, um, and hence why I made this. And also make this one. And then birds. I also make sea monsters. Now I know this thing is sort of like not less type of thing. Pretty specific exams. Okay, yeah, I know. I've started to draw a bit, not much during middle school. Well, maybe just because I felt like it. Um, I know this doesn't look like what a medical is supposed to draw, but like my art style has not been that um changed that much during those period of time, because I would call it my dark ages, I would say. Hence my art style hasn't been changed much. But anyways, I think during my last year of primary schools, I don't know why I got a nickname as the sea monster. It has to do with my real life name. It's rather hard to explain. But essentially, I started like draw myself as sea monster before I draw myself as a cat boy. Really, yeah. Um, Next photo. I sometimes feel like comedy peaked when I was young. It's just one of the comics that I just made. This is a different art style. I think like when I started, like when I went from stick people to sort of like stick people, but like thicker. The bodies are a bit thicker, and then I went to and did something like this before I actually came to this style, that which is what we got today. Um, and he said like, I said, hey, bad news. Hey, I saw your girlfriend is hanging out with someone else, you know. And he was like, wait, what? I do have a girlfriend or something. Wait, when do I have a girlfriend? Uh, you know, but back call me this weird. The way I mean my sense of humor is weird. That's all I would say. Um, oh shit, I saved it in the wrong location again. Some other like comics I simply said like, you know, to open fire and I literally opened the fire. Yeah, haha. It's hard to clap, I suppose. And I also said, hey, why this guy called Alarm calls you at 6 a.m. every weekdays? I, I, I don't know why they come up with these. I just so happen to come up with these every night. Yeah. Um, why there's a guy called Alarm that wakes you up at 6 a.m. Oh yeah, I remember right now. I legit wake up every day sick and just in 6 in the morning. Yeah, I kid you not. I wake up every day 6 in the morning just to go to school. I know some of you guys like wake up at like 7 or 8. Oh, you guys should be thankful, you know. When I go to boarding school, I start to wake up at 7. It just feels way better because the sun is actually there when during the summer-ish months, you know, there's spring and summer months. Ah, damn. And every day during winter, it's all night. It's still all night. The sun hasn't been up yet. And I think for some reason my mom sometimes like also have to wake up that much anymore just to make me fried rice because it was goddamn cold back in those days. Uh, like back those days when global warming didn't exist. uh, it's a wild, you know. Okay, what else? This picture. Uh huh. Like during the Olympics, I forgot which Olympics. I think it's the Rio Olympics back in those days because you know it's in Brazil. Like the Olympics and the World Cup is also in Brazil. We think made a comic special just for it's all about sports and stuff, and there's one of them and it's to say like um it essentially the 100-meter run and say that okay Usain Bolt, if you know, I think everyone know who he is, and it just tried to run, and then bam, and all of a sudden the comic has an error, and someone says that Bolt has tripped down or something, has tripped his leg or something. It's just okay. I have a weird sense of humor back then. I got them. This comic have an error. I, I I don't know why I started to use it. I think you know in a lot of anime when there's some ecchi scenes they always like use different ways to censor the whole thing. I back then because I used to be in a really conservative Christian school and like I just don't I can't even have the guts to draw kisses. Whenever there's a kiss scene, I just straight up say, okay, this comic has an error. Um, things happen. There, basically the whole comic just happens to have an error. Hence why, you know, what you see today. It's just my way of doing things. I suppose. Um, and of course during the Olympics special. Wait, where's the photo? Like, why the hell can't I find it? That really downloaded it. Yes, it already exists. Who cares? Oh shit, I forgot to turn the page again. Well, what? Ah. Essentially in the comic, but like gymnastics, there's always like some guy with a ribbon and stuff, and I just make fun of, you know, sort of like make sure the ribbon sort of rectangles the human, and it's okay. I was like, I think obviously I just use the pencil and just draw around and stuff. Uh, okay. The other thing I should mention. Actually, there's this one thing that I think I should tell you guys about that I haven't mentioned is that I used to be part of the back in primary school. I used to be part of the math team, and we just have to do a lot of we just did Olympiad maths, like competitive maths essentially. And during the time we actually met another guy who tried to join our comic operation, and I was like, yeah, sure. And we basically made a whole comic on how about teaching math. So I think the first I did it didn't really take off. We only make like one episode about math, and then we just dipped out. And what that guy is really interested in is interested in very large numbers. And essentially, what happens is that we're basically just making comics, teaching math. Yeah, I kid you not. We just make comics about how to teach math. There's just one page of it. Yeah. And another thing that I should talk about myself is that um, I am really scared of cold. Obviously. Yeah, I still do. I just make fun of myself, like really scared of cold. So that every time I sleep, I need like thousands of blankets. But even though in reality, I only need two at most. Yeah, just just things like those. All right. I need to figure out how to post the next pages. Let me find the pages. Oh, you guys need to look at this. This is so cool. Well, when I started to grow up, I started to like sort of develop this style of anime style. I think like when I mentioned that my comic series used to be class since I made the final and the last comic book uh during COVID, because it's COVID is around the time where I actually developed this anime art style. So I just said classes 2020 and it's the grand finale. The whole book is essentially just old comics with new art style, like it's sort of my old comics, like old comic style with pencil and only using pencil. Well, this time it's using mechanical pencil because I started to use a lot of mechanical pencil for some reason. I just don't want to bother to um how do you do this? Sharpen the pencils anymore, and a eraser. That's all I have. Same rules, same format, but way different art style. This is I call this the grand finale. And I even made a whole very cool intro just to introduce the whole thing. Like it's been 7 years. Well, oh yeah, back when I was writing it, it's like for 7 years actually. Since I think I made it like 3 years ago, obviously 2020, obviously. Um, like during things like a lot of things lost, like broken heart. I think I mentioned that on my last stream, and also in the last stream I will make a sort of a stream highlights. It will be scheduled for today, if I remember, and saying that like I finally have something to end it on by literally drawing what I make right now. I still have it to this day actually. Like I'm literally holding it right now, showing to the camera, even though there's nothing from the camera. Um, what And I think I mentioned there's even a whole introduction to the whole thing saying that I can't believe I'm still doing this. Like, a word from the author. Leo showed the Neko Boy. Yes, this is I think one of the pen names that I got for myself for my later ones that I got. This is one of the later ones I got. Leo showed the Neko Boy. It's always been like that for a very long time. Now, hmm. And I even like make sure there's like talk about the whole development process of the new generation. Essentially, like back at those, I've a lot of growing up. I've developed a lot of different styles. I think I always like to prefer using my styles as generations or models. It's like iPhone 1 to 2 and then iPhone 3 and iPhone 4. Sort of this. Essentially, I just made like generation 1 is Stickman, and generation 2 is something above that, and then generation 3, generation 4, and the anime style starts getting introduced in generation 6 actually, as you can see, and how the gens, and I even make a whole like 5-page comic on how the whole Gen 6 thing was made. um, Currently my art style, because after I got the I also introduced color into my arts, and hence there's a generation 7 is when color starts to getting introduced, and generation 8 is when I start to move things digitally, and hence like the current format is like Gen 8 right now. Yes. The current Gen 8 comic. So essentially, yes, what you're seeing here moving is Generation 8 art style. And I just make fun of myself for having a whole meeting of all the characters I have. I have included the birds, the sea monster, the penguin is even included. Well, and also there's also like other generations, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and one they all just meet each other. Have a whole meeting on a whole issue of developing a whole new art style. It legit took me a long while. I even got the experimental um um notebooks. It's during that I kept during the experimental phase of all the um during the development of this new art style. The good news is that I posted most of them online. Yeah, most of them. So I think you can just scroll down very at the very bottom of my Instagram, Nikomi_ch. If you know, I will like post it at stream. So if you scroll down very down, you can see all the rather experimental and like testing stuff. And essentially, this whole comic is just me joking about the development. And of course, as an engineering student, like you always have sort of like when you're trying to develop something, you always sort of have a um, manifesto on what do you want to do, like saying that it must be cute, more anime like, have different like versions but similar, because like there's a cheaper version back in like at behind me, if you can see like on my bed, in my background. Obviously there are also different versions because including a chibi version, um, a new animal, Catboys. Obviously I did that. Sketches, construction lines, or like I actually haven't really done sketches because back those days, because I was just so fucking lazy. uh, Characters can be identified without the help of clothing, and more types of clothing to be added to be have different things to wear. I essentially sort of like behind I run the whole art manifesto on what I want to make. Um, and of course, and I obviously joked about uh, the development times required, saying that so why there's so many like criteria and how long should be doing, because they will probably be the last with already high standards. Well, not the last because, well, to be fair, you can sort of say that like the generation 8 is more like 6.2, but You know, I prefer it. You know, it like because the last few generations, the differences between like the way I draw, like sort of the mediums between it, I just simply improved upon the generation 6 art style, and then I just got what I got today, like the things that I just got moving, you see. And I just joked around saying that the development time is so long. um as you can see, I even like jokingly make a sort of like a bar chart on how long the development time took, and obviously the last generation I did took a lot of time just to perfect this whole thing. It's still in development technically, if you think about it. So this is still growing. Yes, this chart is technically still growing. uh, so that's the joke I sort of like made for myself. Um, yeah. And yes, I think during the 2020 version, I actually sort of in like the last classes character images again. It's not sorry. I know my friends will watch my old streams and say, "Oh my god, this is so cringe," and you know you need to seek help. But you know, I'm just trying to move on, really. And I think I've made a whole list of ideas at the back of my book saying that like any ideas I should make, even though at the end of the day I just used an idea that I haven't been listed in the whole list. I think I've just show you guys a list. It'll be interesting to see the list of ideas I've actually made. This is the list of ideas I've made. Yeah, I got a list. Let's see what do we got. Like maybe we can like get some inspiration from it. My autistic girlfriend, boyfriend. Yeah, because I'm autistic, you know. That's cute. I play a lot of Rift Skill, like initial R. Oh yeah, I actually did make an. Oh, I actually did make an idea about the comic that I was gonna make. It sort of, you know, it's close, but you know. Minecraft, I back then I played a lot of Minecraft a little bit. My cat turns into cat boy, cat girl. I was lonely until I became a cat boy, space cat boy. Why not? Some schoolgirls like Waterfish Diary of a Attack on Sea Monster. Why? Romance. Oh yeah, I did make a romance. And Boy Scout stuff. World War. I don't know why. I made that. I came from planet. I don't know why I want to make it myself into a alien for some reason. Yoke Senpai. Romance slash gender. Like what? I have traveled 9,000 kilometers. Yeah, I don't know why I was really into Yandere back then. Oh my god. I traveled 9,000 kilometers for you. What the fuck is this shit? This is definitely on my highlights. Uh, oh my god. What is this shit? Oh, what else? You know what? It's time for the comic that I've actually made. Um, Alright, time to the most comic content that I finally just take pictures of. Alright, please give me a second for the whole thing to load. This is some cool shit, I would say. And like actually like meme culture obviously influences a lot of my sort of like later half of my artistic journey, um like my art journey, is because I just got nothing more funny than memes. A lot of memes are quite funny. And what year is this? And by the way, there's this whole joke about like the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 exploding. I used to Note 9 or something, but right now I think it started to die on me, my own phone. But um, I got everything on SD card, so who cares? I mean, my SD card, so who cares? Um, this is obviously some very old meme. Um, what else? This thing. Talk about conducting, and saying that you're just conducting. You know, you know, using that whole stick and and like sort of lead the whole band. Lead, in this case, it's leading the whole choir, and all of a sudden the stick decided to fly into some guy's face. Uh, my sense of humor was so simple back then. I just can't laugh at these. I mean, the reason I made it laugh is because it's made by myself and how simple it was back then. It's the reason I laugh is because I made this years ago. Not it's more about laughing at myself instead of laughing at the actual copy of the situation. But so I do miss that. Like my sense of humor was more simple back then. It's just, uh, you just and it just hit someone, and you just wing. uh, Also, obviously, my sense of humor was over the place. I'm saying that someone, a friend of mine, saying that like I think the reason why I made this is because he liked to say use the word "oh my god." So whenever we just show whenever we would hit, he just say "oh my god." And of course, as science nerds, we of course try to invent shit. One of them, this is one of them. We try to invent an alarm clock that will actually slap you awake. Yeah. With those extremely long hands I always use back in those days. Uh, uh, Another rather simple comic is just a fat fuck decides to come to a swimming pool and like dives in it, and after she dives in it, and all the water is gone. Oh wait, I shouldn't use the word fat fuck. I should use um an American has decided to dive in a swimming pool, and all of a sudden all the water for the swimming pool is gone. An American. Oh, and my jokes are very simple. So essentially, this joke behind it is an asteroid hitting a tiny asteroid hitting a astronaut stick mid space walk. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole joke. That's the whole. This is one of the like testing uh notebooks that for testing the new art style, and it's just like I just one line, and he said like, okay, then do a flip. It's so messed up in many ways. Ah, flip. Error so 4 page not found. Yeah. All right. And obviously, because I was like so single back then, I just obviously tried to write romance. Obviously, it failed. I tried to write romance. Oh my god. My really shitty attempt at romance. Anyway, it's uh, unfortunately, I don't really have a relationship right now. I think a friend of mine actually made this like the fight scenes. We're trying to make fight scenes because us boys just like action. Um, I have, I think since then I've never seen like one that's so animated. I would say it's not made by me. I think it's from someone else. Um, very far back. They just made this. Um, yeah, it's just in the middle of fight scene, really. Uh, what else? Yeah. Speaking of the astronauts getting hit in the PP, I have actually made too many jokes about astronauts getting, getting asteroids hit in the groin like too many times in my life. This is just one of them, really. I get. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I just saw it. I don't think I'm supposed to show it on YouTube. Oh yeah. I should tell you guys this story. Because we just sort of got into like rap, listening to a lot of rap back then, and we we noticed a lot of the rappers started use the N word, and we thought it's just another word for bro. So a bunch of Asian kids just refer to each other by the N word. I kid you not, a bunch of kids starting referring to each other with the N word. Uh-uh. Okay, another one, another asteroid hitting the PP, and obviously I have to draw the. If you look closely, obviously I just had to draw the the cock and balls flying around in space. Oh, all right. I think that's all I have that I got in my phone. All right. So what extra I should show you? I need to sort of like find by myself. Um. Uh, I think I made one comic book about just about girls and stuff. Huh. Sorry, because when I'm not, my character is not here. Obviously, it's because my head is literally looking right down at my lap because it's all the stack of things that I actually got. So I'll give you a moment, and let me check to see anyone actually watching it. Oh yeah, only one of the guys watching it. Oh, yeah. At this moment, there's things that I can only talk about. Uh, oh yeah, I think I should show you guys this one. It's really simple, really. It's about playing snooker. So this one is about playing snookers. It's really simple, really. It's just all of a sudden you just hit a ball, and all of a sudden one of the balls there has to fly up and then hit someone in the head. I well, I could have drawn it so that it just hit the lamp or something, but I don't know why it just did this one. What else? What else? Oh, should I show you the penguins? Or the plain one? Oh yeah, that's one. I told you, I actually had a couple of what's those thing called? Names. But we actually tried to change the name, sort of like studio name, into something else. Well, I'm saying that our penguin has a private jet, and it's just a Google Quintuplex Express production. I forgot who named this. It's either the math guy or Mason. I don't know. It's either one of them. Um, yeah, it's I don't know why I did this, but Google Quintuplex Express production. It's just like that. Um, oh yeah, we even made a funeral. Oh, shit. Um, should I say to you guys? So basically, they just tripped off a whole stairs and they just died for some reason. Some penguin just died because they tripped off some stairs. Imagine. I just put it via Discord. Yeah, there we go. So the story goes is yeah, they just died up. They just tripped down the stairs. It was just like getting healed, like getting in a wheelchair. I don't know why I draw a wheelchair like this. And then just really just fell downstairs. I have really bad sense. um, what else? Okay, what else have I made? Okay. I think I can show you guys this one. So in math class, there's sometimes they will ask to divide by whatever number. So in this case, it's divided by 3. In my language, the term dividing things by 3, it sounded like you're trying to take off your clothes. And hence why I made this comic. It's just about some guy misunderstanding things and just decided to take off all his clothes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so teacher. Okay, 120. Okay, please divide it by 3. Oh, you really want me to do this? Yes, and he just did take off his clothes. You need to speak our language to understand this one. Wow, 6 abs. Oh, you're so perverted or something like that. I thought you to divide by 3, not actually divided your clothes, not Okay, whatever. I was trying to make the whole joke make sense in English, but it never makes sense in English. That's comedy. That's the name for translate. What else? What else? This one, I don't think I have much to show you guys yet. Hmm. Why did they even make a comic just about hitting women? I don't. I don't know how to explain some of the comics. It just never makes sense for some reason. It looks funny. There's a lot of like you hit me, I hit you scenes. Gen 6 concept art. What is? Oh yeah, this is the math one. What else I really don't. I tried to make country balls for some reason. Um, this one is the second version. Oh yeah, this one is so big brain. I need to show you guys. This one is so big brain. The reason why I think it's very big brain is because, well, just the first step. Okay, I need some explanation. It's very out of the box. This whole comic is just simply about trying to sleep, essentially. Um, what happens is, because this my old comics can be really hard to understand sometimes, well, very hard to interpret. So essentially, some guy just throw his alarm clock through the window. He continues to sleep, but like the alarm clock decides to like boomerang into the next panel and then just hit him in the end, and he just vomited because of that. Uh, okay, I know this sounds so. When I say so back brain, you know what I mean. So back brain. Um. What else? Oh yeah. I think that's all I can show you right now. Anyways, that's some good news finally. Some good stories to tell. I think that's all I have right now. Hope you like it. Even though I know no one is watching right now, but still, it's some nice stories to tell. That's a nice, very nice story to tell. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.